Hello. If you want to know how I made 10 and more miracles every single day as a Christian, well, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I did so that you can earn more miracles and breakthroughs than I did. Hold it there. It's not what you think. God bless you, people of God. My name is Evangelist Dr. Margaret from Akwo, and welcome back to my channel. And the goal of this channel is all about helping you to achieve by going through tips for success so that you can take control over your life. If you want to become a Christian and you have absolutely no idea on how to do so, well, that is exactly why I am here. I am here to help you achieve success as a Christian, to show you the way on how to go about it. Do not forget to hit on the subscribe button below this video. Okay, when I became a Christian years back, long time ago, I focused my attention on listening to sermons and enjoying the melody from the church choir. Oh, the worship moment was the best moment for me in church. That was the moment I felt God was with me. And I know many of you out there, Christians, must be thinking and feeling the same way as I did in the past. I know many of you right now, as I'm talking, you're saying to yourself, yeah, but that's true. Yeah. Worship moment is a very powerful moment in church. But that's where I'm just going to stop you right there. Right there. Because that was where I went totally wrong. I concentrated on worship moment and praise moment in church, and I did not focus on reading my Bible. I did not focus on the other aspects of my spiritual life. After a while, my spiritual life was stagnant. There was no forward movement, no backward movement. And I was troubled. I complained to myself time and again. I told myself, wait a minute. I'm a very diligent Christian. I attend church service, I pay my tithes, I pay my offerings. I do all what I'm required to do as a Christian as far as I know. But what is wrong with me? What is wrong with my life? I felt stagnant. Really, really stagnant. And I asked myself lots of questions. And I had many whys. Why is this happening like this? Why is this not like this? I was not able to live a good life as I would have loved to live, although I had all the means. Well, I was living well, but it wasn't consistent flow of good life. So, what really happened is what usually happens to you Christians out there. When you are trying to achieve success in your Christian life by concentrating on certain aspects of Christian life and leaving out other aspects. And usually, what you leave out is usually the most important aspect of Christian life. And this leaves you to not be happy on a daily basis, to not have regular happiness. It leaves you to be swaying. At one point, you are happy. At another point, you are not happy. You have a lot of problems. Your life becomes a life of ups and downs, very unpredictable, never sure of what is going to happen the next day. Then you hear Christians started using sentences like, oh, life is not evident. Life is, you never know. You never know. You can never tell. It's nonsense. You are a Christian. You're the one who is supposed to know what life holds for you. Yes, because your Father is the Almighty and powerful God. But most Christians have a really, really unstable and unpredictable life. Very unpredictable. Because of this, you start thinking, maybe it's because I didn't pay my tithe this month. That's why things are not going well for me. Or maybe it's because I didn't sow a seed. That's why I'm not having things working out for me. You see, it makes you start thinking as if it is by your works that miracles and breakthroughs should happen. And this can be really, really frustrating. Really frustrating. But it leads you to start putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You put a pressure on yourself in the course of finding out what could be the problem with my life. That's exactly how I felt when I was going through all this. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and that made me rethink over and over again about my Christian life. It can be really frustrating, I repeat it. Very, very frustrating. So, this is why I personally advise you that being focused or being carried away by praise and worship session in church, Sunday church service, and the melody the choir produces is probably the worst way to boost your spiritual growth and connect with God. Did you hear me? It is the worst way. I know there are 3 other ways to boost your spiritual life and connect with God that are more spiritual and more glorious compared to praise and worship session in church. And that's what I'm going to get into right now. But before I go to this point, I just want to ask you if you're still to receive Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. This is your time to do so. Receiving Jesus is opening the door of your heart to let Jesus come in. If you're ready to receive Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, repeat this prayer of salvation after me. Say, thank you, Lord. Please, I know you are the Son of God. I know you died and God raised you from the dead. I know you are alive today. I confess with my mouth that you are the Lord of my life from this day. Please, Jesus, come and reside in my heart. For I know with you and in your name I have eternal life. Thank you, Lord, for saving me. Hallelujah. You've just received Jesus Christ and your life has changed. You might be still the same physically, but I promise you, you have changed levels spiritually. Because you've received Jesus, I invite you to go ahead to the next level and receive the Holy Spirit. Receiving the Holy Spirit is receiving the active power of God in your life. That power that can enable you to do extraordinary things, supernatural things. That power that puts you one step ahead of others. Because God Himself will be in you. Hallelujah. If you're ready to receive the Holy Spirit, because the day I received the Holy Spirit, my life changed completely. If you're ready to receive the Holy Spirit, just place your right hand on your forehead, and I'll lead you to receiving the Holy Spirit. Like this. Receive the Holy Spirit of God in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You have received the Holy Spirit. Congratulations! Go ahead and read your Bible on a daily basis. Read your Bible, listen to edifying videos like this one. Listen to edifying talks like this one. Go ahead, read your Bible, read your Bible. Congratulations. I move straight to the first secret. Now that you've received Jesus and you've received the Holy Spirit, you're going to better understand these secrets that I'm going to release. The first secret that will boost your life, boost your spiritual life, is to receive Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. And you've just done so. Congratulations once more. When you receive Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior and you receive the Holy Spirit, you have successfully done the first secret to boosting your spiritual life to a higher level. Congratulations. So that's the first secret. The first secret is receiving Jesus and receiving the Holy Spirit, which is what you've just done. The second secret is reading your Bible on a daily basis. Read your Bible. Pray first before reading your Bible. Pray to God. Ask God, God, I want to spend this time with you. I want you to open my understanding so I get to understand what these passages are about. And God will do exactly just that. Then, you start reading your Bible. You start straight away from the book of Genesis as the Spirit leads you. But I usually start from the book of Genesis. It's very important. You will be spending time with God on a regular basis as you read your Bible on a regular basis daily. Secret number 3 is secret that will boost your spiritual life. Number 3 is to meditate on the Word of God. Those words that you read from your Bible, speak them out. Speak those words out. Speak those words loud. I am blessed. The greater one lives in me. I am a city built on a hilltop that gives light to the entire world. I am the light of the world. You see, those words that you read in your Bible on a daily basis, declare it out. Say it loud. That's what you do. And when you make positive declarations like this over your life, oh, I promise you, the sky is your starting point. First thing you ought to do is to have a vision. have a vision, you take a piece of paper and a pen, you write your vision down. Then you speak daily to that vision. For example, I usually get up each day. What I do first is I get up, I stretch my hands under the air and throw it to heaven and say, multi-billionaire Queen Margaret, the Queen of the Most High God, the Queen of the Most High God. That's what I do. So you have to speak to your vision on a daily basis. Then when you're speaking to your vision on a daily basis, you go sow a seed. When you sow a seed, start straight away by thanking God. Thank Him in advance. Thank Him in accordance with Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20. Thank Him even before you see that thing manifesting in the spiritual. I mean in the physical, sorry. You start thanking Him. That's how it works. You sow a seed, you can give your seed to whoever you choose to. You might see a suffering child, a suffering family. You might see a suffering congregation, a church somewhere. You can sow your seed wherever you choose to sow your seed. But you should sow a seed is very important. So should you, in times like this, think of sowing your seed to our congregation, to our ministry, the Life Changers Gospel Music Ministry, you just go below this video. You will see our email address is on there. You can contact us through there to sow your seed. May the good Lord bless you as you do so. So, evangelize. You tell other people about God. Tell them about the goodness of God in your life. If you have a conversation with a friend, make sure it goes round and round on counting your blessings. That's what you should do. It's of no point telling them things that are happening around you, around the world, and all coronavirus and what is happening. You count your blessings to the person. You will be evangelizing by doing so. You pray regularly. You make positive declarations. You sing praise to God. You worship God. You speak in tongues. That's what you do. You sit one-on-one with God. You build a personal relationship with God. You cage your heart. You examine yourself using the spiritual analytics. That's what you should do on a daily basis. So, focusing on praise and worship sessions in church is good. Do not get me wrong. But if you want to be successful in life as a Christian, make sure you put in practice these 3 secrets that I've just shared with you. And make sure you hit on the subscribe button below this video. Do not forget to get more teachings like this one. God bless you. Goodbye.